Go. I do believe we have an Aphelios in this game being played by the one guy who definitely 100% cannot play Aphelios because I have seen him before. And he is up against Senna Morg in the bot lane. Now, John, I know you are in your own ARAM and therefore cannot come help, but what do you think about this lane matchup?
I think it's in the favor of Lucian Senna.
There is...
Unless that's a Senna Morg.
That's a Lucian top, my dude.
Okay. If played correctly, I believe...
I mean, I hope that's a...
Aphelios will win.
I sure hope that's a Lucian top. Lucian is one of those champs that can actually beat Aphelios at all phases in the game. I don't know how many times I've said this, but he still does it. Don't pick Aphelios into Lucian, you will not win. I stand by that. He outputs damage faster than you, no matter what you try. Just because of the way that Aphelios rotation works, it's a lot of small bursts in quick succession, but Lucian does that better. And Lucian is very auto-reliant, whereas Aphelios isn't so much. So when you get into a 1v1 situation, he out DPSs you just by getting consistent passive shots. Aphelios autos are pretty pathetic compared to the rest of his kit. He's strong because... Aphelios is really strong because of the way his guns interact with each other by pressing Q. But outside of that context, all of his weapons are kind of... Like, people on Reddit will disagree with this, but I stand by it. All his weapons kind of suck if you're just autoing with them. He doesn't have the smoothest auto attack animation. In fact, for his safest, longest range tool, the sniper, he has this disgustingly long wind up that doesn't really go away with attack speed. At least I think it goes down like a fifth or eighth or something. It's very clunky if you're just playing Aphelios expecting to auto kite every fight, because one, that is not how you play the champion, and two, you lose in DPS to almost every other ADC in the game if you just auto. A lot of Aphelios' kit just revolve around him pressing Q twice in a team fight with whatever two guns he has and kill everyone before they have a chance to do damage back. Only a few weapons are really good as like an auto attacking tool. His pistol's good if you're just auto trading 1v1. If you're confident you can out heal. In the situation of Lucian, you can't out heal him. His cannon is really good for kiting, and his flamethrower is really good if you have hurricane to splash it around. But for the most other parts, he really doesn't do stellar damage if he doesn't rotate his skills and weapons properly. But here comes a Morg getting hooked as a level 1. She gets shot by her Facebreaker, and the Aphelios, first blood, getting a very nice start onto the lane. In fact, he should just back now and buy a longsword. Buy a longsword, buy an extra health pot. Your lane's set. I will have to check his ruins and critique him. Triumph, Bloodline, press the attack, coup de grace. What is that secondary tree? Oh, puke. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh. These are the two runes you never want to run on him. Why Nimbus Cloak? Is there a reason I'm not seeing about taking Nimbus Cloak on Aphelios? Oh, he's standing on top of Tormented Soil doing this trade pattern. So he's gonna lose a significant chunk of his life, so he's gonna have to lifesteal that back with the pistol. It's actually set mid against the Kassadin. But meanwhile, the Silas Jungle running into a Warwick very early on, 2 minutes into the game. He has to turn tail and run. Silas really cannot fight a Warwick, and it's actually a mid-jungle swap, so I'll rearrange the scoreboard to reflect that. It's also a Veigar top lane. They flex the Veigar up top and have Set and mid dealing with the Kassadin. because Veigar really doesn't want that lane. Sylas encounters the Warwick doing his own red buff. He has the Abscond Abduct, but neither of them are level 3. It doesn't even matter. Sylas takes that one solo kill on Warwick in the jungle. Warwick invading far too early. Even without Kingslayer, Sylas doing enough burst to kill off the Warwick in his invade attempt. But now the hook lands, coming out, hits a minion. It seems like the Aphelios is opting to drain his pistol ammo first. In this lane, that is the correct decision.
Ooh, set mid.
I do believe it's a lane swap. I had to rearrange the scoreboard for this. Veigar doesn't want to face against Kassadin, and Seth really doesn't want to go against a Lucian. So, perfectly understandable, but Lucian so far, he's doing pretty well regardless of who he's up against. He doesn't have a terrible matchup against Veigar either. So, here comes the Dark Binding landing onto Thresh. And Veigar getting chunked so hard. Flashes exchanged. Seth tanks one tower shot, but Haymaker shield will block most of it. Veigar really has to run first, but both players at top lane blue flash. However, Relentless Pursuit means Lucian always has kill pressure. As Senna gets hooked back by the Thresh. Thresh wants to stuff her back in the Lantern. Will he get it? Aphelios, one more bullet, puts her down. And now Sniper. Nope, not going to continue that kill. If the caliber mark were still up, you might have tried for a long distance route, but Abscond Abduct misses. The jungle fight is continuing. However, Sylas is so deep that Kassadin makes it there first. The Chain Lash will kill off the Warwick in his own jungle, and now Seth has come in to reinforce. Abduct barely misses the Kassadin, so Kassadin will walk away. And now red team securing deep vision in the jungle of blue. Aphelios has also ditched his sniper. He is moving onto the flamethrower cannon combo. It's actually an amazing combo for lane, just because of the flamethrower Q followed by cannon Q allows you to rapidly clear out one wave. Now Aphelios will opt to go back and reset after getting that kill. Senna comes back with 2 Doran Blades. Oh, but meanwhile, the Lucian, he has double Dorans as well. He's going to fight the Sylas. Sylas thinks he's strong, but he's strong enough for that. He smites the Scuttle to get some health back. He doesn't use his Kingslayer until now. And Seth comes in, rotates, picking up a kill on the Lucian top lane. The jungle mid duo roaming all around the river, getting a lot of critical kills this game very early on. But the Scuttle misses! His Chain Lash doesn't hit it. Warwick bites it once, and he'll take the Scuttle buff away. Now the game settles back down. Warwick is not interested in fighting Sylas, and Sylas is not interested in invading any further with his half health. So Trigger's going to go back to jungling for a while. Now Seth does have a level lead. The Haymaker true damage returning all of that tower shot he just tanked. And now the cannon flamethrower combo finding a route onto the Senna. Senna drops to below half health. The Lantern comes out. The Senna ADC still trying to make it work. You know, if Riot really wanted to kill Senna core, they could have just made her passive not drop souls if she kills it. They heavily nerfed it to like 1% or something. But they just want to kill off this role forever. Just make it so that you never get souls unless the minion dies by not your hand. But I'm pretty sure they won't do that. AD Senna still exists as kind of like a hybrid of what I like to consider Sona Tark. It's a pick that allows you to fight for a prolonged period of time by providing sustained and consistent but slow DPS. However, that just means that if you're occupying your ADC core with that, you do need damage supplemented from the rest of your team. And in this case, they really do have the damage, and they have a decently tanky frontline core in Warwick. So it is a team comp that's built to support a Senna ADC, but the condition for that is, of course, she cannot be inting, which is currently happening. Being beaten by Aphelios Thresh. Not a situation that you want to find yourself in. We do have 5 kills to 0. 7 minutes into this game. Red team holding some pretty nice kills. Most of it is on the jungler, some of it is on the bot lane. And now Warwick recalls under Set's nose and he'll make it back home. Sylas will continue to jungle the top river. Nobody's paid a visit to bot lane yet, not even the Caston, who has a level 6. But just hitting level 6 doesn't mean that you're suddenly strong enough to fight. But he is going to try anyway, going in for an aggressive trade against Set. That's not what you want to do. Set does get a pretty nice bar of grit built up. But Cassidon realizing he can't win that trade really. Especially not against a Set who has Phage. He's just going to get out of there. Now he always has Rift Walk to get himself out of sticky situations after hitting level 6, but the problem is your mana bar matters, and he hasn't picked up any critical mana items yet. Cassidon is really like Rise in that regard. You do need a ton of mana to sustain your casts. He needs that tier very badly, but he seems to be going for the roller first, starting with a Ruby Crystal, which is the curious choice. I've always tried to buy mana over health. Sylas, meanwhile, it is 8 minutes in, so he's going to take the Herald. And Warwick, no contest. As of yet, Pings went down on the Dragon Pit, but Warwick is not going to go for it. Morgana clears out the vision at bot lane. She is sweeping away. Killing off the Pink Ward, trying to secure Dragon Vision. They know that Red Team just killed the Herald, so there it is. Warwick, like clockwork, fighting the Inferno, but Thresh is in here to keep him busy. He is fleeing, and Set is here in the pit to wreak havoc. Santa Morgana on the outskirts, but Set flashes over face breakers on the 2, kills off the jungler. Haymaker absorbs the Senna ultimate shield, and now he is in the backline beating the crap out of the blue team while Sylas secures Dragon. Now he really has to run. The rest of the team are coming in, starting with the cast and Rift Rock over the wall. The shield gets built up with a Haymaker. The Facebreaker finds a Morgana. Morgana dies despite a flash. Set will also drop, but not before taking 2 down with him. Excellent dive onto the backline, securing not only a dragon, but also 2 kills. Not to mention also wasting a ton of Caston's time. Caston still in the poverty line, pretty much. He only has a catalyst to his name. Once again, flash exchange, just like 5 minutes ago. Lucian flashes after a Veigar, who has to use his own to get away. Veigar too, going for Rod of Ages as his first item. And in fact also purchase a Glacial Shroud, which is the correct item to buy in this situation. Lucian's scary. You want to defend against him as long as you can. As long as you have the CDR to farm. Even Lucian will respond with Hex Drinker, so you can't get cheesed by Veigar's Primordial Burst. Both laners opting to go for more passive and defensive builds in favor of procuring more farm, which is the top lane playstyle. Nobody really wants to die. Haymaker returning all damage is being dealt to him in equal force. Caston is really not having a good time in this lane. He's not being allowed to farm as efficiently as he wants to. Even now holding a pretty steady CS disadvantage. And now here it comes. The Chakram sniper combo goes out, but unfortunately only 1 bullet lands on the Senna. Senna will put up her smoke cloud and walk away. And now she is being so far eclipsed in CS. Aphelios almost hitting 100, whereas Senna just hit a halfway mark to 100. The sniper is in great danger of being depleted. And after the sniper goes away, the next weapon in line will be the cannon. He could use the cannon and Chakram to set up additional kills, but it's significantly harder than just using Chakram Sniper. And here comes the dive from the back. Calling being returned with Sylas's ultimate steal. And Sylas guns Lucian down in the same manner that Lucian gunned Veigar down for a 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, Set finds the Warwick in his own jungle. Haymaker, true damage counter, barely missed him. And now Warwick turns it on him. The heal and the ultimate scratch, healing himself from near death to foe. Set walking a little bit too far forward and eats it. However, top lane, there's a huge scary Herald making a giant push. Set may not be at mid, but the jungler is top. And this seems like it will be actually first tower just 12 minutes into the game. The Herald will be escorted further. Nope, Silas will leave it alone. But can he make it to tier 2 and make another charge before Lucian intercepts it? It looks like the answer is yes. It will make a second charge right now, taking out more than half of that T2's health bar. Now Lucian's life suddenly got a little bit harder. Now Veigar swapping back to mid, or at least holding the lane until Set returns. He picked up even more armor. He got Warden's Mail. So he's actually just going tank. He's not even doing damage. And now the Flamethrower comes out. It is actually the Flamethrower swap, not the Cannon swap. He depleted that first. So the Flamethrower Chakram combo still being held up. That was an easy solo kill onto the Senna. Now we have a 2-man siege going down mid. Since top T1 has fallen, Veigar has moved his way mid. Thresh is taking so many tower shots. The one flay in vain. He's actually going to die to a completely random turret tank. Morgana claims her first kill of the game. A teleport has come down from the top lane Lucian. No, that's not even Lucian. That's actually Kassadin. Senna ultimate chunking both of them a little bit. Here comes the calling. Gunning down the Set. Set has a turn with a Haymaker. He actually shoves Warwick into him as Warwick pounds forward. But as he leaves Veigar all alone, the Event Horizon just barely stuns them at the end of the fight, doing absolutely nothing. Blue team taking 2 kills, and it seems like a successful mid tower. This is a 3-man strong push. Turret plate is about to fall, so the extra armor that's being accumulated by the tower will also all go away. It does seem like they will get this tower, however it will be a pretty slow take. Just kidding! Wow, I severely underestimated the plating armor. But right about now, that is no longer a problem. Red team commits Set teleport back to mid to try to hold it down. They do not want to lose that tower. It is the most critical tower in the whole game. If you lose that, you lose the map in most cases. And now here comes the Thresh. He's actually in the middle of a lot more people than he bargained for, so he does have to walk away. The Dark Binding does not hit. Set will run in. Morgana doesn't have Black Shield, so she gets shot by the Facebreaker. The Aphelios ultimate carrying the cannon will slow and lock her down enough for the kill. And now Red team, 4 members strong, gets to secure this Drake. Thresh walking around the back of the pit. He finds Senna and Warwick. Doesn't seem like they will be able to make this happen. Red team claims the dragon, and Thresh immediately follows up with a hook, tossing a lantern over. Somebody has to grab it, and Set does grab it, and Set will kill off the Senna. Excellent hook from over the wall. And that was a blind hook as well. There was no vision whatsoever. Now Set. No, not Set. Silas. They're both in themselves in S. Steals a Warwick ult and pounces onto him. But Warwick will walk away. Well, rather flash away with Morgana Black Shield helping him out. Blue team, the bot T1 turret does fall, but Lucian is getting some alone time at top. He's going to kill the red team's top T1, but the mid tower still stands. Veigar and Kassadin and mid lane trading blows. Here comes the Silas jungle. He can't really lock down the Kassadin, but he will opt to wave clear. More reinforcements are pouring down into this lane. The second Herald has now respawned. The Black Shield absorbing the Facebreaker shove, but Kassadin, being chunked to about half, has to try to fall back now. He picked up his Rod of Ages just a minute ago. It is only at 1 stack, and he's still sitting on brown boots. Set has completed his Trinity Force. It is going to be a damaged Set build, but Lucian gets caught out in the side. Despite all that alone time he got, he didn't even kill the T1 tower. The Kingslayer will heal Silas up a little bit, but can Lucian kite it out? He tries to get the Q onto the Silas, but he will not get it. Silas breaks his own stopwatch to secure that kill. And now, mid T1 falls. Blue team will be the one to lose that tower. However, Set goes a little bit too far forward into 4 people. Showstopper dragging the Warwick back with him to try to escape. And now it's just Aphelios and Veigar. Veigar is so low, but Event Horizon locks down 2. The Aphelios ultimate with the pistol will heal himself up to fall. He can kill the Morgana. He will kill the Morgana before the leash connects. And now that is a triple kill. That is an ace across the board. 4 kills picked up in mid and 1 at top. Aphelios coming in at the tail end of that team fight, cleaning up, making huge plays. Now use your pistol on the turret so you can build up some chakrams and kill it. No! You had a chakram, didn't you? And now a TP coming down from Warwick. They will secure this tower. The inhibitor tower is now under siege, but it seems like red team is slowly running out of resources. A hook does land, but they cannot follow up, so they will back off from here and go for a reset before the next objective spawn. Thresh is staying around to clear up the vision. Aphelios did manage to go back. He picked up Runan's Hurricane, the most critical item to build on Aphelios, and I can't believe people skip that item. It is the only thing in the entire game that can multiply Aphelios' damage to an absurd degree. What the heck is Silas doing? He has to get himself out of there with the stolen Warwick ultimate. But that also means he's abandoned the Herald to be taken by blue team. The calling will keep him out and Warwick will get a long time with the Herald. He claims the eye and says thanks for the leash. The Silas giving away Rift Herald 2. And now it's up to blue team to use this critical summon to try to get some ground back in this game. Senna eats a dark matter to the face. Doesn't take that much damage considering Vygar's full tank at the moment, even though it doesn't appear so. If you're going full tank, your first item is probably not going to be Frozen Heart. It is a pretty terrible first tank item. But who am I to judge? The next fight does seem like it's going to erupt at bottom lane. The Event Horizon cage locks onto the Kassadin. But no engage coming out from that. Vygar gets hit and suppressed. There's a CC chain going on him. He dies before he can participate in this team fight. But Warwick, that was a suicide dive. He will give the kill back right after. The Aphelios cannon spreading the moonshot all over the blue team. There are no minions left. They're awaiting their next wave to push. Silas waiting in the wings. He's setting up for a flank. Will this team fight happen? Silas is spotted out by a ward on the side. Morgana gets hit by a long range hook. She will hit Zonya's hourglass and keep herself in stasis. Now Silas is trying to make his way into the team fight from the front. Aphelios switching to a flamethrower to clear out the wave even faster. The Senna ultimate gets stolen and the cannon from long range finding the way onto Lucian. He will be taken down as a victim of a team fight that barely started. But that one pickoff is enough for red team to turn for Drake. They will get Mountain Drake and put themselves one away from the soul. Blue team will not try to contest. Aphelios' next weapon is going to be the pistol, at which point he will gain some immense life-stealing capacities. But we'll see if he gets there. Kassadin is now also being forced to sit in the wings. He needs more farm or more time to ramp up, but the time window is rapidly closing for him. Morgana puts up her black shield and walks through the Vygar cage. She is going to Dark Binding and it lands onto the set. It is not the correct target to set up a kill, so she will back off. Kassadin going for a recall. He only has 5 assists, 1 death, no kills. He is not strong enough to participate in fights. He is going to flash away from the facebreaker, but the cannon lands on the street. The mark was not consumed, so there are no roots. That doesn't even matter. Aphelios picks up 2 under the tower, and now the siege will continue. Kassadin, he was trying to recall. He had some money in his pocket, but it's not enough to actually buy anything important. They're just going to walk away and cede this inhibitor over to red team. Red team crushingly ahead, just taking whatever they want on the map, and all blue team can do is cede more territory. Even now their base lies in shambles. Red team goes for the logical next objective, which is Baron Nashor. Aphelios does have cannon. After the cannon it should be... No, he doesn't even have cannon yet. He drained his cannon, so drains his sniper. His next shot is the Chakram, which will significantly help him kill this Baron faster. Switch to pistol, kill it, and walk off his Chakram! That is so slow! That is not how you kill Baron! Okay, quick lesson here. If you're Chakraming at max range, you are doing the least damage possible. Even less than just using any other weapon auto-attacking. Because the time that the Chakram takes to fly back to you is longer than most auto-attacks. So that is absolutely 100% not how you kill Baron. It seems Aphelios is still fully unaware of how to actually get additional chakrams and how to maintain it. despite being extremely fed this game off the back of some really good team fights and very good usage of ultimates, the pistol in particular, a lack of understanding of Chakram is very blatantly shown. However, blue team will respawn, dropping the Herald. The Herald will be taken down. In fact, it just claims the bot lane T1 as a consolation prize. But at this stage in the game, when your inhib has been lost and you had an eye, but you can't even walk out of your base, you take one tower being taken from it. Although, you know, it really could be so much more. After this goes away, the Infernum's Flamethrower will be the next weapon in line, which is the critical teamfight weapon you need. Is there going to be a BS Moonlight Vigil that gets 3 kills instantly? Doesn't seem like there will be, but they are pushing in now with Baron minions. Blue team still so weak, still trying to find their money. Are they going to get anything? The Morgana gets flayed into the event horizon, dies instantly. Warwick has to run, but he cannot run faster than Primordial Burst. So he gets taken down. 2 kills for nothing, very quick. Blue team just falling apart at the seams. They can't possibly afford to defend this. It does seem like it's going to be inhib number 2. Senna, her range doesn't mean anything when Lucian gets pounced on by the Warwick and killed off during the suppression. Silas flashes in, he's bold, he's taking double turrets looking for the Kingslayer, but he will not kill the Kassadin. Blue team immediately puts up the white flag and surrenders. The scaling will never come. Then they will not win this game.